What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Dogelon Mars. Now, this first hit my radar when the last time it had a big spike, and this has just been a few weeks ago at this point. Maybe let's see, we're looking right around October 29th. It really popped up from 5 or 6 zeros, and then dropped the zero off, and then got into the 5 zeros, 1 and 2 range. And so when I saw that, and I saw that it had popped up and it had a previous pop in the past, and won quite a bit in the past, I was like, maybe this is something that I should take a look at. So I gave it a quick look, and because it is so cheap, I just went ahead and dropped some money into it after I had looked at the fundamentals of the token, and just said, hey, let's go with this, because this token, as well as the amount that I dropped in the Shiba Inu token, these are all speculative, educated bets, so to speak. Before we get into this, anything that I say, guys, is not an indication to buy, sell, or hold a stock or crypto. This is just what I am doing. It's strictly my opinion. So, you guys do your own research, and if you disagree with me or agree with me, leave me a comment down below and we can discuss it. So it has been sitting right around this 50, 18, 17, 15 range since it had popped up, and that is a big deal, because a lot of times these small meme cryptos will pop up and they'll have a huge run, and then they'll immediately drop straight back off. And this one looks like it has a bit of staying power. And again, this is what the Shiba Inu token did, and the amount of tokens that are outstanding. And just the whole thing with this reminds me a lot of the Shiba Inu token. And there's probably a lot of that was built that way by design to emulate the Shiba Inu token and the success that it has had lately, similar to how SHIB kind of followed in the footsteps of Doge, although with a totally different blockchain, with a totally different ecosystem, and etc. So this token, this Dogelon Mars, has 557 trillion circulating tokens at the moment, which is very similar to SHIB's 550 trillion tokens. And it has a very large community, or it's not a large community, but an active community that is getting larger by the day. And this is where I'd like to really do my research in, is not necessarily the project itself, but the community that surrounds it. Because if it's going up in numbers in a relatively quick period of time, that indicates to me that there are a lot of people hearing about this, there are a lot of people getting into this, and a lot of people that are actively want to interact, and not just people putting money in and then just walking away from it. So the Dogelon Mars community on Reddit, the subreddit, I'm involved in that. It has gone up from the time that I got on it at about somewhere in the teens of thousands of followers. It is now up into the 30s of thousands of followers in just a few weeks. And if that rate continues, this is exactly the same thing that I saw with SHIB. More people will get into this, and it will drive the price up. Now, this is lacking a couple of things that are really going to make it tough for this to grow. The biggest one is that there is not a published white paper that I have seen so far that can give folks an outlook on where this is going to go, as far as its tokenomics, its if there's going to be any sort of other tokens associated with this. And their website is just straight up garbage. I'm not going to mince words on that at all. I looked at it and I was like, ugh, it is not great. So then that's why I didn't put as much into this as I put into SHIB. But if they can fix those things, it would make things feel much better for me, and it will make things feel much better for those of the people out there that haven't seen this yet and are looking to get into something that has the potential for 1,000+% growth. Because those the folks on the Shiba Inu side we saw some 1,000% growth, and then as you get larger and larger, it becomes harder and harder for you to achieve that same 1,000% growth again, because the growth of the token, as far as its total value, has to expand by such a large amount that it's just not reasonable anymore. We are sitting right now at about a market cap of $1 billion even. That's been pretty stable over the last week or so, and again right around that 50, 15 to 19. I think we even got up to 50 is 2 and some change. For a brief period of time before sinking back below that. People don't like to talk about market cap because they say, well, Doge can do it, and Bitcoin did it, and this, that, and the other thing. SHIB did it. whatever. It is one of the only things that you can take and compare any crypto to and rank them based on how much the entire project is worth. So we're sitting at $1 billion right now. And the way I look at things is if your project can get to $1 billion, it can probably get to, you know, $2 to $5 billion sometime in the future, as long as something doesn't derail it in a major way, you know, such as fraud or people getting scammed or just something, you know, terrible happening to the coin, to the token, whatever you want to call it. It means token, but you know, coin, token, I use this kind of interchangeably if you're new to the channel, because that's just how I am. So I think that this can reasonably get up to a $2 billion market cap in the near future. And by near future, I'm usually talking like 6 months to a year, maybe 1 to 2 years. And that would give this a price point of 5 zeros and about 4 at 2 billion, which would be a 100% return from where we are at right now at 5 zeros, 1.8, you know, 2 in that range. If we were to get to $5 billion of a market cap, and that's where I am going to kind of put my price target on, is the $5 billion market cap mark. That would put us at 5.509, which would be 9 times higher than we are right now. 5 times higher. Not 9 times, 5 times. When you do these videos, you end up getting number soup up in your head and getting everything all discombobulated. So on with the video. That's when you start getting into that 5 billion range is when I feel like that's a wall for a lot of cryptos to get to once they get to the 5 billion range. And then because there's a lot of them stuck in that like $5 to $10 billion market cap range, for you to break out and go above that, you kind of have to have something special, be it actually some, you know, actual thing that makes a difference, or just being that it's the hype, FOMO, you know, things of that nature, people buying in on an emotional level, hearing about it and being like, I need to get in on this as it is coming up. And like Sheep did, that, you know, there's a lot of hype and FOMO buys. I do believe that that Dogelon Mars will probably follow along in that same type of thing, where if, you know, people hear about it, they will not want to miss out on these gains and buy in. So right now, guys, that is where I would put Dogelon Mars in as far as price goes. As far as a price prediction, I think that 0.509 in the 1 to 2 year range. Now, with this being so early in the project, you could get we could get to that in 2 months. You know, if this really blew up, if it got some sort of major announcement, if a white paper comes out, says they're going to make their own decentralized exchange, they're going to do this, that, or the other thing, or it just gets listed on a lot of exchanges quickly, we could blow through that very quickly. At the same token, there is a chance that that nothing could happen with the token, and it could, you know, go down by 50%. When they're this young and there is this little known about it, and, you know, there's so much circulating supply out there, and money can quickly come out of it. Take Sheep, for example. We saw when it went up, you know, $5 to $10 billion a swing in its market cap. So money can come in and out very quickly, and that can dramatically change the price. But I think just from a math point of view, that, like I said, that 0.509 with a $5 billion market cap is a reasonable thing to think about. There's going to be a lot of folks out there talking about 1 cent, 10 cents, $1. Happened with Sheep, happens with everything, because people want to dream. They want to dream that they can put, you know, a couple $1,000s in there and it'll be $1 million, or, you know, several $1 million. And the thing is that with the amount of tokens that are in circulation, if we were to get to a $1 valuation on this, that would be worth $557 trillion, which is totally unrealistic. You know, even down to 1 cent is completely unrealistic, and, you know, it's just not going to happen anytime in the near future. I mean, I'm talking about like 10, 20 years, unless there is some sort of major hyperinflation thing going on in the world. So keep that in mind. There, unless you got in, you know, at the, like, right when this was listed, like the Shiba billionaire did, he bought $8,000 worth of Shiba Inu tokens, and it is now worth $5.7 billion, because he bought in back when it was like 6 or 7, or I don't know, maybe even 8 zeros long. It was very early in that Shiba Inu token lifespan. And so just be careful with who you listen to with this, and do your own research. Use your head, think about where this can reasonably go, and then as far as like market cap is concerned, and then put it in the calculator and see where you can, where that price point lands on. Guys, if you like this video, if you got some value out of it, please give me a thumbs up. Really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. If you guys haven't subscribed to this channel yet, again, subscribe button down below. Notification bell is either here or here, depending on which one I point at the time. Be sure to subscribe to grow your wealth, increase your success, put you on the road to financial freedom. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.